which will be running on 5.
What do they need? Maybe we'll keep an eye on this. I was like, my name's Connor. I used to play lead guitar in a band called the Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters! Ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters!
8, 7, 6, 5, so end the running order 4.
Right, now that we've given our useless opinions, it's time for us to have a look at our special quiz from our guest star, Sam. Let's take a look.
God help us.
Rolling. And welcome to Sam's Quiz 1.0.
Sam, two things I need you to do.
Have a
Find your bin and get in it. All right.
Flapjack and shut up. Right, we're moving on. We're moving on.
He doesn't get one.
In this segment, we're going to be talking about 2018 and what we're looking forward to. What is there in terms of...
Eight, 7, 6, 5 seconds till outro. 1, 2.
Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. Join us next Tuesday where we'll be back in our normal weekly rewind. Thanks to Sam and Connor for joining me, and thank you 2017. See you next week.
So 30 seconds from now, running orders 7 to 8.
Oh, is that your face?
7 to 8 is the VT outro.
Yeah, outro and then credits. They just graphics and grams. You need to get the timings right.
Well, it's safe to say.
15 seconds till outro.
It's rimmed hard over here. Wouldn't be doing anything.
You massive rum.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Oh,
6,
outro.
5 seconds till outro. 1, 3.
Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. Join us next Tuesday where we'll be back in our normal weekly slot to look at... Thanks to Sam and Connor for joining me, and thank you 2017. See you next week. Hello and welcome to the first episode of Live Rewind in 2018. As this is the first show of the new year, we'll be taking a look back at our favourite movies, TV shows and music of 2017, as well as discussing what we're most excited about for the new year. We'll also have a special 2017 edition of Sam's Big Weekly Quiz. First though, let's meet our guests. I'm Dan Foley.
Hi, I'm Sam, I'm 20 and I'm the quiz master.
My name's Connor and I used to be the lead guitarist in the Foo Fighters.
Very nice. It's a pleasure to have you on the show, guys. Right. So, as we know, 2017 was a phenomenal year for entertainment. So, let's start things off with talking about movies. Have there been any films in 2017 that you're very fond of?
Would you like to go first for this one, Sam?
Yeah, standout film for me was Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Love it.
So, yeah, it was the second one in the series, of course. So it was just, I was already pretty hyped for it because the first one just snuck up on us.
Yeah,
I didn't know what was going to happen, and then it's just a good bit of fun, and this one didn't disappoint either.
Yeah, it had quite a shock factor with the first one, which I was quite worried about going into the Golden Circle. I was thinking, will it have that shock? Will it not? Will it live up to it? I'd even go to say that it could have done even better than, I think it was better than the first one.
I mean, it was so outrageous by comparison. The first one had that scene in the church, but like this one, when the guy's in the mincer, and it just, I won't spoil too much for the ladies and gentlemen, but it just raised the bar massively, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, have you got any films that you've kind of
I mean, two. I mean, Dunkirk obviously was a cinematic masterclass from Nolan, but a bit of a curveball. I thought the Emoji Movie really had something there. A lot of people disliked it, but I thought, right, the crux of it was
very contested opinion, Connor. I do appreciate that, but as you are a music genius, I do understand. Anyway, let's move on to TV. Is there any TV that you guys have picked up on in 2017? What's been there that's captured you?
Interestingly, I've recently got into this new drama. It's really interesting. I mean, the story seems to change every episode, and they show it, sometimes it's on a couple of times a day. It's called BBC News, I think.
BBC News. Yes,
Fantastic
I know the one.
Cast.
Yes.
There's this one, I can't remember his name, but
Sublime editing.
the editing in it, the casting, the script writing is phenomenal. I mean,
amazing.
They definitely haven't got someone like Moffat on. I mean, the writers, they really, really do work hard on that.
I like the bit at the beginning when the camera moves round in the circle.
It's pure poetry.
It's great.
It's an absolute revelation to watch. I mean,
nothing will beat that.
It captivates me every day.
Nothing will beat that. Now, I've got to ask you the question. I don't know whether you two are Doctor Who fans. It's a bit Marmite, as they... No? It's
not Marmite, it's a programme.
It's Marmite in the way that you either love it or you hate it. So I assume you hate it. But what are your thoughts? Can I ask what your thoughts are on Jodie Whittaker taking over as the Doctor?
I don't see a problem with it really, because at the end of the day, it's an alien that can change form. So I don't see why people are complaining about there being a woman.
Moving into the new year and this new sort of the promotion of this sort of gender fluidity and things, I think it's really sort of, it's supporting what's going on politically. I like that.
Well,
Progressive.
I was personally outraged by this when I first heard, but I've kind of grown to accept it now, and I'm going to give Chris Chibnall, who's taking over as the showrunner, a chance, because he's done a bloody fantastic job on Broadchurch. So I think he can.
I believe she was on Broadchurch as well, wasn't she?
Yes, she was. She was.
So maybe there'll be quite a good sort of connection between sort of cast and crew there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, moving on to music. This is obviously where you're going to want to talk quite a bit. Hello.
Oh, Dan, where do I begin? So the summer we had a hoofing season with festivals. I was at Glastonbury and Reading myself. Glastonbury was some amazing bands. My former band, the Foo Fighters, headline, did a brilliant job with their new setup.
What was your favourite act?
I mean, Foos will always be close to my heart, but there was this one new act. He's called Jeremy Corbyn, and he did a set on the main stage. I mean, it was very long, and as a newcomer, I mean, he's bringing something else. There was no actual music as such. It was just ramblings of nonsense, but there was something about it. You find yourself staring, going, yes.
I understand. I get that. You
don't. So I think he'd be one to watch in the new year.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Sam? Have you seen anything interesting this year?
Yeah, I went to Lovebox at the beginning of the year, which had one of the first live performances in a while from Frank Ocean. It was just a good bit of fun. Yeah. It's quite emotional. Also, the performance was directed by Spike Jonze, who also directed quite a few films like her. So it was just a good bit of fun to go along to.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to talk a bit about soundtrack now. I personally think Kingsman: The Golden Circle, going back to that, ladies and gentlemen, was a fantastic soundtrack created by Henry Jackman. amazing. Admittedly, I do listen to it from time to time when I do some creative writing. It just really inspires me, and I think it is a real fantastic piece of music. And I think pop music, and but with the likes of Ariana Grande and other artists, is kind of overseas soundtrack. I don't know if you agree with me on that. I don't know whether you listen to soundtrack yourself.
Soundtrack's so underrated. I mean, with going back to Dunkirk, I mean, Hans Zimmer, I mean, he couldn't have, I don't think he could have done any better on that soundtrack. That soundtrack is a total masterpiece.
Fantastic.
And it's so underrated, it just went straight under the radar, which is a real shame because, like you say, pop music just takes the limelight away from what I believe to be genuine talent.
Yeah.
Such as Zimmer's soundtrack. His score on that was phenomenal.
Yeah. It almost felt like his soundtrack followed through the whole film. It felt like it was one big one.
It did.
It didn't feel like there were separate ones,
so seamlessly cut together, wasn't it?
It was amazing. It kept me so on edge throughout the whole film. I revisited Dunkirk the other day, not the actual location, ladies and gentlemen, just the film, obviously. But it was so gripping. Just the use. What's the thing? What's the technique he uses, Hans Zimmer?
So he quite often uses this thing called a shepherd tone, and a shepherd tone is basically where you have 3 octaves layered on top of each other, one increasing in volume, one staying at a constant, and one decreasing, and it creates this illusion of like a barber's pole that's constantly spinning, but always looks as if it's getting louder and louder. It's this technique that builds tension just constantly, and it kind of makes your gut start to sort of
It really
sink.
does.
I mean,
it really does. That is Dunkirk. Going back to movies, that is probably my favourite film of the year.
Without doubt, that's definitely. I mean, Nolan's definitely someone to watch at the moment. He just every film he gets better and better.
Fantastic. It's really amazing, and we've got to mention it as well. That was amazing.
Oh, that was again absolute masterclass in soundtrack work there.
Right, now that we've given our useless opinions, it's time for us to have a look at our special guest Sam, who's filmed for us a little bit of a quiz. Let's take a look.
Rolling. And welcome to Sam's Quiz 1.0. I'm excited. Let's go. Number 1. Question. This is the movies round.
Okay.
Harrison Ford reprises his role as Rick Deckard in what 2017 science
Blade Runner.
fiction
The
film?
Blade Runner 2. Yeah.
Is it called Blade Runner 2?
You're all wrong.
Blade Runner...
Star Wars.
2049.
Oh.
So
Blade Runner 2.
Everyone's wrong. In what 2017 film do we see Hugh Jackman carrying...
Logan.
Oh yeah.
No, that's not fair.
Listen to the
No,
whole
have to finish the
question.
In what 27 film do we see Charlize Theron, Agent Lorraine Broughton, sent alone into Berlin to
Blonde.
retrieve a
Atomic
priceless
Blonde.
dossier?
Wait. Atomic Blonde.
What was the highest grossing film worldwide in 2017?
Beauty and the
Star
Beast.
Wars.
Let me read out the answers first.
Beauty and the
Star
Beast.
Wars, The Last Jedi.
Beauty and the Beast.
Why? Beauty and the Beast.
There we go.
Fate,
He's being out
The
options.
Furious. D. Despicable Me. 3.
I wish.
If that actually... What?
Okay, I'll take your answers from now.
Beauty and the Beast.
Star Wars.
It's Star Wars.
Beauty and the Beast.
It's not! It got replaced! Star
No, it
Wars
didn't.
was the bear.
No, it didn't.
It was.
It did not.
It was. I saw the news yesterday.
What?
Right, I'm gonna check it now.
Beauty and the Beast. Also, I cut my tooth with one of the chips.
Cut your tooth?
Did you your tooth or your gum?
How'd you cut a tooth?
Sorry, Dan.
Dan?
What one of these movies were the worst reviewed? A. The Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
B. Transformers: The Last Night.
What's that too?
C. Daddy's Home 2. D. My Little Pony: The Movie.
All of the above.
The Emoji
Secret
Movie.
Option E. Secret Option E, all of the above.
Wrong.
Emoji.
Emoji.
Wrong.
No.
My Little Pony.
It's
Daddy's Home.
Daddy's Home 2.
I get the point because I said it first.
No, I get it because you all said the wrong answer.
Sam's playing, even though he's the host for some reason.
He knows the answers, but he's
He's
still
got the
playing.
answers written down. I feel like this is very unfair. Sorry, can we just pause the quiz? Star Wars The Last Jedi is now the highest grossing film
Right,
of 2017. Just read it. Zoom in on it. Let the audience see.
Right, for the television round. Question 1. What comedy drama stars Seth MacFarlane, co-creator of the TV series American Dad, as Ed Mercer? A. The Orville. B. American Housewife. C. Nirvana the Band The Show. D. The Sun. It's A.
Nirvana the band, the show.
I've never heard of any.
Yeah, I
It's
don't know.
Rob wins.
It's A.
Rob wins.
I know it's A. I saw it on Now TV and I didn't watch it.
Rob wins.
I didn't even watch
What kind of question was that?
a Rob question. Let's move it on.
What popular HBO television show was released its 7th series in 2017? A. Doctor Who. B. American Gods. C. Game of Thrones. D. Twin Peaks.
Game of Thrones.
Twin Peaks.
Rob.
I don't want to answer.
I mean, Caitlin actually got a point with that, so I'm genuinely impressed.
Is that HBO?
Yes.
Oh.
Music round. 1. What song of 2017 became the most viewed music video on YouTube? A. Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. B. Unforgettable by French Montana. C. Despacito by Louis. D. Human by Rag and Bone Man.
Despacito.
Late by that one, she actually said it first.
I said C though.
You don't need to say
I
the
said-
numbers.
What Disney film soundtrack peaked at number 3 on the Billboard 200 charts in March of 2017? A. Ghost in the Shell. B. Coco. C. Beauty and the Beast. D. Cars 3.
Beauty and the Beast.
Coco.
I want it to be Cars
I
3.
mean, it's Caleb got it.
I thought it was
Can-
Moana.
but can it
I was
be
thinking-
Cars
That's what I
3?
thought when it came out. Someone did it.
Could it be Cars 3 though? I didn't like that one. I'm giving all the points to Leonie. Let's move on.
Yeah. I win.
Thank you for watching my quiz.
5 seconds till 2018 entertainment.
Well, it's safe to say that Sam over here won't be filming any more quizzes for us in the near future.
What was that?
That was
Seriously?
that was my quiz.
What? No, no.
It's trash.
Why?
Sam,
Sorry.
I've got two things to say to you. Go and find a bin, get in it. Right? Like, that was ridiculous.
Have a bloody flapjack.
No, he doesn't get one.
Just have a flapjack.
No,
Anyway,
you don't
moving on, gentlemen, professionalism. Moving on.
Right.
2018. What do you think it holds? What do you think it holds in terms of entertainment? What are you looking forward to?
I think it's going to be another great year for cinema.
You do?
Yeah. There's
Do you think
Ready
this year
Player-
was good? Do you think this year was good?
Yeah, this year was good. Had Star Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Next year we've got Ready Player 1. We've got Avengers Infinity War that's coming out.
Yeah.
Black Panther. I think that's next year. Still classed as
Yeah, it's
bit of
still
a-
future of entertainment.
Yeah, there's also the new Star Wars, the Han Solo like independent film that's coming
Yeah.
out as well.
Yeah,
So-
people at home will probably kill me for saying this, but I'm not a big fan of Star Wars. Never watched them.
But you're you. That doesn't make sense.
What makes you think that I'm a bit of a nerd, eh? What makes you think that?
Interestingly, we were talking about this earlier actually, off camera. I'm looking forward to, and it's not quite 2018, it's a bit of a round of 2017, such as what we're doing now, the Oscars. And we were
Oscars,
talking
yes.
about Oscar bait films, and you mentioned
The Greatest Showman.
The Greatest Showman, this musical with Hugh Jackman. And I think sort of going into 2018, I think that might be a new style of musical to watch out for.
Yeah. He's a very talented man, Hugh Jackman.
It's an original motion picture musical, so it didn't have a stage show beforehand. It's been written completely for this.
You're
film.
seeing that more and more these days, that they're
Yeah,
going straight into film.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but was La La Land similar to that, or was there a pre-existing kind of
I
musical
don't think
to
so. I
I'm
think
not entirely
La La
sure.
Land was-
Mamma Mia 2 is coming out
Yes.
Yeah.
this year,
Again,
and that
similar to that.
there wasn't a
Yeah.
sort of a sequel stage show, so
Yeah.
that
I'm a
was
bit-
straight to motion picture.
I'm
you
a
could
bit
say.
confused by Mamma Mia 2.
Go on.
Are they going to use different songs? Because I thought they pretty much used all the main ABBA
Well,
songs in the
ABBA
last
have
one.
they've got quite a hearty repertoire, so I imagine they won't struggle to find
I think it
additional
relies
music.
on the nostalgia. So I personally won't be criticising if they come out with songs such as Waterloo or Mamma Mia.
But
Or
we
You'll
can't-
See Me
we,
Dancing.
we can't just have another hour and 20 minutes of the winner takes it all and Dancing Queen.
Well,
So
I
they're
personally
going
could.
to have to bring something new to it.
I personally could. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, but I think I could listen to that again. I think I could.
Okay. Is there any?
Moving on. Other films.
Going back to Ready Player 1, that's coming out this year. That's quite on the internet. People have been raving about it quite a lot.
And this is the Spielberg one.
Yeah, this
am I
is
right?
by Steven Spielberg. So it's about a lot of 80s nostalgia. So a lot of it was created by Steven Spielberg in the first place.
Right, but guys, I think we have to round off. Unfortunately, that's all the time we've got. But I'd just like to say thank you very much for coming in, Connor and Sam. And for you at home, tune in next week with our normal slots with Rewind. Thank you, 2017. You've been an absolute gem, and we'll see you next week.